I would do the same exact thing I did in '09. First, I would keep costs down. I started the company in a conference room of another company, so I had no cost because I didn't have money. I believe when you start a company, you need to start from the dirt. When everyone talks about, I need to raise capital, I need to raise capital. I always get scared because I think when we were kids, if you were the kind of kid that got like $5 and then you bought some shit in the store real quick and your grandma would be like, man, that money's burning a hole in your pocket. You know those people? I feel like that's what a lot of founders do when they raise capital. They spend it on dumb shit. So the first thing I would do is keep it humble. And the second thing I would do is what I did with this media company, which is sell things you know. What I knew in 2009 was social media in a world that most people didn't know. If you're asking this question for yourself, you got to ask yourself, what do you know? People start companies around where they think money is versus starting companies around things they like or things they know. The only companies that I get excited about as an investor is if I feel the founder really knows it or really loves it. And you show me somebody who really knows it and loves it, and I'll show you something I'm really interested in. So I think that keep it humble and keep it slow. People want it fast, and then do something that you really know or you really love. I really think that framework puts you in the best position to have a successful company. And then be patient because it takes time. I make those garage sale, yard sale videos because so many people email me and say, Gary, you're talking about investing in Facebook. I got $48. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start making content for people who have $48 because I know exactly what I did and I know what's going on out there. I believe that most Americans are lucky enough to be in a place where they could go garage selling or thrift store shopping or Goodwill store shopping and spend $30 and make $300, $400 every week. And that really matters for a lot of people, a lot of families. And obviously you're talking about a very incredible find, but for a lot of people, the emails I get, like somebody emailed me actually yesterday, I think they're going to Disney World, they're paycheck to paycheck family, but the entire family for Christmas is going to Disney World proper too, like nice hotel, good flight. And all of the money happened in the last 5 months, making $7,000 buying $1 items at garage sales and selling them for $30, $40 on eBay, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace. It's there for people that want to go get it. And it's fun if you like it.
So here's my business question. I've been doing Tech Latino now for 27 years.
Wow.
We have brought the Hispanic community from point A to point from nothing, from not even knowing what Cisco was, to over-indexing on cell phones and getting that broadband experience that they needed and they couldn't. What do we do next as an organization to help our community?
I mean, look, I think there's a lot of ways to think about that. I think similar to the first question, it's what do you feel like is most needed? I believe education is massive. And then the next part is the putting people on. So for example, maybe we can do a business development deal where people that want to either enter marketing at technology or switch careers and get into it. I'm a unique entrepreneur where if someone is in Join Tech Latino and they're a lawyer, but they don't want to be. They want to be in like digital marketing. I'm not the kind of guy who's scared to hire someone like that just because it's not on their resume. So I think what's next is going from education to becoming a place that puts people on and start business developing with things that creates opportunity. When I grew up, every single kid in junior high and high school was told that if you do not go to college, you are a monumental failure in society. So a lot of the content I started creating 20 years ago was like, look, college is not for everyone. I'm one of those people. But boy, do I think college and higher ed and advanced, even, the highest levels of ed is exactly right for a lot of people. I genuinely believe that. My big passion is trying to make sure that people are self-aware. To your point, what I love about your question is, look, I believe where higher ed struggles for people that are looking to be in entrepreneurship is similar to the concept of reading about how to exercise versus exercising. And so what do I think you can do in this captive audience? We have to go to the field and do. Entrepreneur classes from your incredible institution to Babson to USC to all these places I've come and spoke, they must require these kids or people that are transitioning into new chapters in their life, they must require them to do. It's very, very hard to get good at swimming without swimming. It's very hard to get good at cooking by watching unlimited content about cooking and reading cooking books. Must cook. And if we're going to advance their entrepreneurship, y'all need to create programs where the entire semester is actually being an entrepreneur.
Love it. One more, Gary.
Hi, Gary. Happy birthday. Thanks for being here. Catherine Johnson. I'm an executive with Storage, Distributed Cloud Storage, and Chair of Storage Institute. My question for you is, what excites you most about the future of technology, and what scares you most about it?
Great question. What scares me is that people are scared of it. We're incredibly good at demonizing technology. What excites me is it's the undefeated advancement of the human race. Everything we are today is based on people innovating in technology. 80% of us were on farms 150 years ago until we started inventing the tractor. So what I'm excited about is it's why the world continues to get better. We sit and listen. There are unlimited problems. Humans are flawed, but we continue to get better and better and better, even though it doesn't feel like that in social and traditional media. So technology is why our life expectancies and all these things. There's so much good about technology. What I fear about it is we're going to over demonize it because it's getting more powerful. And what I mean by that is, of course, I understand what AI means. It means it may commoditize something that is special. My entire life is based on my brain power. If everyone takes every video of me and everything I've ever put on the internet and put it into an AI learning bot, my special sauce gets commoditized. I'm not confused. I also know that I can adjust. I believe in the human spirit. And so I'm concerned that we continue to demonize technology to a point where we start to suppress it and manipulate it into something that doesn't have the potential to bring as much value. Ironically, it's similar to the last question. My issue with education is the way that we package and sell it, not the concept of education. There's nothing I believe in more than education. My most emotional, exciting answer in this entire interview was me staying up at night educating and trying to be educated. So, I think our relationship with technology is, this, we all know this. 15 years ago, all the tech stuff was clapped for and amazing and doing these positive things. Now it feels like it's all bad. AI is going to ruin the world. I'm not naive, but boy, am I practically optimistic. And so a bigger question is, what would you like to teach? Like, what are you trying to accomplish, right? Because I love that you're thinking about them, which is exactly right. But ironically, the best way in the world to be selfless is to be selfish. Meaning, for me, for example, why I'm even on this stage right now and why you know me is I think the world lacks perspective on how much good there is and how much opportunity there is and how much is going well. We are fixated on what's not going well. So I have a passion to talk about those things. And I had a passion to talk about entrepreneurship and wine and lots of stuff, many of things that weren't really popular when I first started talking about them. And so I can give you a lot about what the audience is going to want, but first I want to make sure I understand what you want. What would you want to do? What with the content? What are you trying to accomplish?
I would love to educate them in dope environments. That's what I would like to do. Educate them on the things that I've been learning throughout the years, firearms training or personal defense and how they can protect themselves wherever they go around the world, but making sure I do that in a peaceful place for me and my mental health.
I love that. So the key here is it doesn't matter where you are to do that. I built one of the largest wine shows in the world from New Jersey. And when I did it in 2006, like everybody was like, well, you got to do this in Napa. You have to move to Napa. And I'm like, why? So, are people intrigued by the visualization of where people are? Yes. But it sounds like you're trying to teach people something that's important to many people. And the setting or the backdrop is not very, very, very important to that. It's a component, but you can do that anywhere and anywhere. And I think the question becomes, do you actually know how to do it? Ironically, this is a fake cover, but I announced this today. So I'm launching this next year, right? And it's heavy detail on what I'm going to tell you right now, which is, it doesn't matter if you're in Sri Lanka, Japan, or Manhattan. If you want to reach people, you need to make sure you know what time to post, what the first 3 seconds of the video look like, what the thumbnail looks like, how LinkedIn works different than YouTube. You have to understand the distribution and the content that works in it. And then more importantly, the slang, the wording, the copywriting, the skill set of content in social matters a lot more than if you're a travel blogger. There's 1 million travel bloggers that don't get any views, 10 million travel bloggers that don't get any views. How well do you know your content of all the things you've learned, self-defense, all this firearm training? And then how good are you at the craft of putting out the videos, the pictures, and the written words on these 10 social media platforms that dictate society?